Hello, postdoctoral fellows. I'm Kate.Quick. I'm United Academics Organizing Manager for all of our bargaining unit members, and that now includes our postdoctoral fellows from the first day of your employment. Prior to the conclusion of our latest round of bargaining in late fall 2022, only postdocs after year 3 could be in our union, but now we've got all postdoctoral fellows are part of our bargaining unit from your first day of employment until you move on to different pastures. Some things that are new for you as a result of this, or one thing, is United Academics workloads, and this is a standardized form that attempts to assure that all of our bargaining unit members are doing an equal amount of work, although the work is going to vary widely in the type of work across the system. For postdoctoral fellows, your workloads will most likely include research and service and no teaching, and that's okay. They might include teaching, but generally it's research and service for postdoctoral fellows, and it'll probably be mostly research and a little bit of service. Service is any type of committee work or work that you do that is part of your work at the university, but it's not directly tied to your research agenda. And your PI will most likely help determine the workload content for you for next year. And your dean or your director may request some revisions, but they can't revise your workload in a way that puts you over 30 workload units. If they try to add work beyond 30 workload units, they have to pay you overload pay, and you can turn that down without any threat of discipline. So your workload should have 30 workload units for a full-time employee, and that should equal approximately 40 hours of work per week over 9 months. If you work more than 9 months, then you'll have a contract extension or a summer assignment, but workloads are designed for a 9-month teaching period, generally the fall and spring semester. Also new for postdocs is our UNAC professional development funds, and these are administered by each MAU's provost office, and MAU stands for Main Administrative Unit. That's UAA, UAF, and UAS. And each provost office has slightly different methods for applying for these grants. They have slightly different grant amounts, but you should contact your provost office or look on their website for application instructions. If they tell you you are not eligible for these funds, please let us know, and we will contact them to let them know they're wrong. You are eligible for these funds. You're a UNAC bargaining unit member, and the funds are available to all of our bargaining unit members, and only our bargaining unit members. You also get a higher minimum salary. It's not as high as we wanted. We were trying to get it quite a bit higher than we were able to. We were able to raise it about 6%. And the new minimum is $38,800, and you don't have to be paid the minimum. Hopefully you are being paid over the minimum. That's up to your PI and your supervisor and the grant that you're working under, or the contract. You also get faculty time off, or FTO. That's 15 days of paid time off per academic year. If you're going to take FTO, you should talk with your PI and your supervisor to let them know and to get permission. You can also cash in up to 5 days of FTO per academic year instead of taking that as time off. And then you also have a collective bargaining agreement, and we'll go through what that means in the next few slides. Some of you may already be very familiar with collective bargaining agreements from past jobs that you've worked where you were a union member. For those of you who this is your first time being a union member, a collective bargaining agreement is a legally binding document of workplace rules and protections for UA faculty. Your supervisors and you and your PI all have to follow the CBA's rules. And it's 86 pages long, so there are a lot of rules and a lot of stipulations, and it's all meant to protect you as a worker and to make your workplace safe and productive and enjoyable. So I'll let you read through this list. It's not an exhaustive list of the items that are covered in our CBA. There are a few specific items for postdocs, and those are, the articles are listed here. I encourage you to go and look at those. I encourage you to look through the whole CBA It's available on our website, unitedacademics.net. I also encourage you to just spend some time looking through our website to familiarize yourself with your new bargaining unit. And the process of collective bargaining can be summarized this way. Generally, it's always two teams at the table. This last time we were at the Zoom table, and we had the management team and the union team. And they both came with proposals and talked to each other, compromised. Generally, what happens is management or the administration tries to get as much as they can out of the workers, and they try to carve away at your workplace protections and give you as little compensation as possible. And the union tries to do the opposite. And then the final CBA lands somewhere in the middle, and it depends on how active and vocal our bargaining unit members are in the process. If y'all are really active and supporting us vocally, then we will get a better CBA than if our members don't appear to care about the outcome. If that's the case, then UA will get more of what they want. This last round of bargaining took us 14 months and mounting pressure from faculty before we finally got our new CBA. Usually it takes about 3 months or maybe 4. Not the case this time. As you can see from some of these photos, we had a lot of faculty actions and faculty involvement. We had some little protests and sign waving events and office door signs, and we had people wearing red on Wednesdays. So in a couple years, we'll start that process again. Our current CBA is in effect through December 31st, 2024. We'll start bargaining again in August of 2024. Some of you may still be here. Even if you won't be here, then we want to know, what improvements would you like to see in your workplace? You can contact us. Our contacts are at the end of this presentation, and you can let us know what improvements would matter the most to you in your everyday life. You can get involved in the union and help make those things happen beyond just telling us what you want to have happen. One important thing to help support us is to become a dues-paying member. You're not required to be a dues-paying member, but it makes our union stronger. It makes us able to fight for more workplace improvements and better compensation when we have a strong showing of dues-paying members. And the vast majority of our members are dues payers. Dues are 1.05% of your income, taken out biweekly from your paycheck automatically after you fill out our membership form, which is linked here. It's also on our website, unitedacademics.net, and you can send your completed form to me, and my email is there, kate.quick at UNAC4996ak.com, and you can also contact me with any questions. Another way to become involved is just to read our emails. We send out emails and newsletters. Make sure you take the time to read that material. Find us on Twitter and Facebook, UNAC4996AK, and attend our membership meetings starting this month. They happen on the second Tuesday every month from 5:30 to 7. And hey, you can even volunteer to be on our bargaining team in 2 years when we put out the call next year, if you'll still be here and if your workload will allow it. But to do any of that, well, okay, I'm sorry. You can come to our membership meetings, and you should please read all of our emails and follow our social media, whether you pay dues or not. But only dues-paying members can be on our bargaining team or on our committees. So consider joining as a dues-paying member. Here's some UNAC background, and I'm not going to read through all of it, but I encourage you to pause and read through it yourself. It's a pretty impressive history. It started over 50 years ago. And UNAC is affiliated with 4 state and national unions, and they're intertied with each other too. But we've got the AFT and the AAUP are our national affiliates, and the Alaska Public Employees Association is a state organization that's tied to AFT, so we're also connected to APEA. And then the same thing with the Alaska AFL-CIO. And these groups were instrumental in helping us finally get to an agreement. So here are our statewide office and MAU vice presidents and our staff contacts. Their emails are also available on our website, unitedacademics.net, and you should be able to click on them here, I think, to email them straight from here. Thank you very much for watching, and please contact any one of these people if you have questions or concerns or you just want to learn more. I'm happy to talk to you. I know our contract manager, Melanie, is, and our vice presidents, our president, everyone's willing and happy to talk with you. And once again, welcome to United Academics. We're very happy to have you.